Okay, here we go. Well, we're almost over. This road is almost over to WrestleMania and the go home show of Smackdown tonight. What do I have to say about the go home show for Smackdown tonight? Would I say it was a way better show than Monday Night Raw's go home show? Yes. Do I think WWE has done a very bad job of building in the WrestleMania out of maybe a couple matches? Yes. And there's a lot to take from this, okay? It really is. And what I saw tonight was some good and some bad leading up to things, and it almost questions me who is the main event of WrestleMania at this point after what I saw on SmackDown tonight, which was a way better job than how they could have sold the main event for Monday Night Raw's, way to tell you what's the go-home show for WrestleMania. But as SmackDown was tonight in Baltimore, Maryland, my buddy is from Baltimore, Maryland. Make sure you go check out his album. He's American Psycho. Stephen Andrews, check him out. Try to put a link in the description if I can. I hope I said that album name right. Or is it Baltimore Psycho? How do I forget the title of this that quick? I don't know. I'll just put in the link, though, to do that, just because it is in his neck of the woods. It is in Baltimore, Maryland. It is raining over there right now for whatever reason it is. I just know, just doing some free promotion, I should say, or however that goes. Listen to his album when I put it in the link. But moving on from that, though, we kicked it off with the Kevin Owens show, as his guest was going to be Randy Orton and AJ Styles, as they have a match for this Sunday at WrestleMania. And as we kicked off the Kevin Owens show, both guys came out, and Owens says what's going to happen this Sunday and how they talked about each other's careers for the past few weeks now for WrestleMania. Yes, for WrestleMania. And, Owens said, WrestleMania were a few days away, and they were going to let them talk. Pretty much as they came out, they sat in the chairs, and Owens pretty much says, everyone was looking forward to the Kurt Angle and AJ Styles match last week until Randy Orton, you messed it up. And as Orton responded, he says, hell yeah, I messed it up. Nobody didn't want to see an old man that was once an Olympic gold medalist beat a guy that thinks he's at the top of his game right now. And he saved everyone from having to watch that match, okay? And, Styles pretty much went on to say, that's rich coming from a guy who spent 20 years in the company knowing one move. Yes, he said he only learned one move, folks. One move. And almost 20 years he has been in this company. And a quick side note before I move on with this. It is a Maryland Psycho. Okay, Maryland Psycho. Why did I forget that? But as he talked about Randy Orton pretty much said that you only need one move because it's deadly, okay? And he said, Styles, you were in the indies pretty much going from high school gym to bingo halls for $50 for a dozen of people trying to make ends meet. I was out here wrestling for the thousands and thousands of Mania. And Styles says, yes, you were doing that in WWE, but I wasn't failing any drug tests. Whew, good shot. Yeah, we know Orton is, he's failed some wellness tests in the past here, folks. So, good shot right there. Orton then pretty much said to Styles that, if you're good as you think you are, you would have been in WWE a long time ago. You see, since John Cena has left for Hollywood nowadays, you've become WWE's new corporate bitch, pretty much, promoting everything around here. Owens, pretty much got out of the ring, which we all knew where this is going to go. These two were going to fight, which they did get out of their seat and brawl for a minute. AJ had him on the ground, was going to go for a phenomenal forearm, but pretty much as I'm sure a lot of people expected, Randy Orton hits an RKO from midair on AJ Styles, pretty much taking him out for this match this Sunday. I think this match is really going to be good, in my opinion. This is like the dark horse, I should say, to WrestleMania that people should be really looking out for. Do I see Randy Orton winning this match? Maybe, but given what I've saw from tonight with him getting the pretty much the last shot on AJ Styles before this Sunday, and this is a go-home show. This makes me believe AJ will beat Randy Orton at WrestleMania, but hey, anything could happen, folks. So I probably will save that per prediction video, and we'll go on from that point. But really good segment between AJ Styles and Randy Orton, and everybody did pop for the RKO in midair because it just looked clean as usual and stuff. But as of going on from that, Kofi Kingston was looking at his contract in the back, which I will say Big E and Woods had these old school with a monocle and a corncob pipe, and I don't know what era of year that was, but very dapper and old school, especially if you're wearing a monocle and having a corn pipe and some glasses, and some people were right in the 1800s from a feather. So that's what they were wearing. Next thing you know, 8-man tag, Ricochet, Black, Usos versus The Bar, and Nakamura and Rusev. There's nothing much to really say from this match. Usos got the win. They did a double super kick, but the news was now of Alexa Bliss coming out here, since she is the host of WrestleMania and apparently can book matches now for some odd reason. This is what I said last week about the whole Intercontinental title thing. She can magically book matches, and she's the host though. Because she then talked about how Ronda, Charlotte, and Becky, I guess, are out of jail now. And, Kofi's title shot. But Usos, since you forfeited out of that match last week with the New Day, at WrestleMania, you will put all your tag team titles on the line against every team you just faced in the ring right now. Which pretty much everyone brawled. And Black and Ricochet got the upper hand from there. So even though Black and Ricochet, hey, you had one title shot last night, you're going to get another title shot at WrestleMania. You're getting a title shot this Friday at NXT. What else? We're just giving these guys all title shots. That's what we're doing. We're just giving these guys title shot after title shot after title shot. Title shot. I gotta say, man, even when Ricochet and Black lose, they don't really lose, okay? They had just got so many title shots on the line. It's insane. I'm sure a lot of this tag team thing is gonna stop with them after Mania, I'm sure, because I know we gotta play in the NXT and the Dusty Classic. And dude, how funny it would be if they just had the NXT tag titles and just bring it to well, we don't even know what show they're really on. It has been on Raw and Smackdown ever since, for so long. I can't even tell what show they're on at this point. They're on all 3 shows. They're everywhere. Now, as in regards to this match of just throwing all of these teams at the last minute, which I'm not surprised WWE did this with a lot of these matches. We just throw anybody in for whatever. Just, and this is an prime example. It's like, hey, the Usos had no opponents this Sunday for WrestleMania. What do? Let's take everybody we just had in this match and we'll put them all in a fatal 4-way tag team at WrestleMania. I feel like this is gonna be on the pre-show, and I feel bad for the Usos in a way on this, because I don't want to see the Usos on the pre-show, because they've been on the pre-show for so long. And I know they hyped it up so big last year of them not being on the pre-show, but then they ended up being in a 5-minute match for WrestleMania. So I don't. Most likely will be a pre-show match, but since this show is nearly 8 hours long anyways, I could not tell what this match on the card would be. But something about it just screams pre-show. It just does. Okay, I don't know why. It just has pre-show written all over it, and it's at the last minute. Okay, Black and Ricochet, dude, if they win the SmackDown tag titles, I got no idea. The Bar, just throw him in there. Nakamura, Rusev. Is Nakamura on his way out the company after this? I don't know why. Is he on his way out the company? Because I'm sure a lot of people are hoping for that right now, to him be out of the company after this, because his contract does come up this month, if I'm not mistaken. But does he resign? I have no idea. Okay, I got no idea. Now, I'm sure the match that everyone wanted to see excuse me, I'm sure the match everyone wanted to see from the Usos was go against the Hardys and have a brother versus brother tag team. But unfortunately, we're not gonna see that, okay? Which is just ridiculous to me now. And I'm sure it's ridiculous to a lot of people. That would have been a great match for WrestleMania. Because I'm saying, like, and I'm saying, like, so no Hardys, huh? They're not going to be involved in this either way. We're just going to just throw all the teams together in a fatal 4-way tag that we just saw an 8-man tag. We're going to throw them into that now. I'm sure everyone wants to see the Usos and the Hardys, but I guess unfortunately that's not happening. They would have had time to make this a match, but nope, they didn't do it. Nope. And you could even add them in this also. But, you know, other than that, they went to some Iconics promo, them coming out. Listen, I'm gonna be honest, I was cooking dinner throughout this segment. I could not care after I saw that botch from, what was it, Peyton Royce last night with Sasha. These two are just annoyingly bad. I don't understand them at this point. They're just bad, okay? And they talked about how they beat Sasha and Bayley on Smackdown a week or two ago, and they could find many ways to pin them. What was the point of this segment? I don't even understand. Why was this segment even a thing? I didn't understand why it was a segment. Did it really need to be a segment? We know they're in a match for this Sunday, but it's not a good way of hyping it up. And I just honestly did not care about these two in general doing whatever promo they were doing. So, whatever. They're just annoying. Miz came out. WrestleMania means many different things about, you know, from the women making history, or, you know, Kofi finally breaking through. But for him, it's retribution as he wants to, you know, get at Shane McMahon why it's a false count anywhere match. Because he said, you know, he took some steps back and forth from being a father, husband, and son. And now, if you want to see proof, well, he did kind of do a cheap plug. Make sure you watch his show, Miz and Mrs., which immediately comes on right after SmackDown, so you have to point that out. But as he talked about, you know, his wife and kid, and he talked about Shane McMahon then, that, you know, he said he's going to fight for his dad's approval at one point, but now he's going to fight for his honor. And he said Shane has a dad too, so that makes him a son of a bitch, pretty much. Next thing you know, it's The Miz versus Sanity. But before he could face Sanity, Shane McMahon came out there and, you know, pretty much had Greg Hamilton introduce him as the best in the world, Shane McMahon. And I'm sitting there wondering this. So, Sanity and a clean-shaven Eric Young, I would say Showtime Eric Young, pretty much got the crap kicked out of him by The Miz, which, you know, Shane actually also came out and said it was a false count anywhere match then, which he beat him up last week. But the fact that dude, Sanity are just dead, okay? Listen, I know they were dead already and they were barely even on TV, but dude, the fact that they single-handedly lost to the freaking Miz is just somewhat ridiculous to me. That what did he do? He put Wolf through a table and they fought into the back all the way to outside where it was raining. And well, what happened? He threw Killian Dane in some electrical box, and you know, he threw Eric Young in some containers and kneed him in the face, and even threw a dumpster can into Eric Young, covering him. What, dude? Sanity are dead. They're dead. Okay, they're just super dead. I don't understand why they're even here. I don't even get it. Why did we bring these guys up from NXT again? I really want to know why. And you see why they don't have Nikki Cross associate with them anyways. I don't get it. This is retarded to me. And then as soon as the match ends, next you know, a cop car pulls up and it's Becky Lynch getting out of the car then, which probably most likely had a way bigger reaction than the entire match, which, you know, they played the thing from last night, and Becky pretty much came out, which Corey Graves had announced, but she took the microphone. Excuse me. Becky pretty much took the microphone. She got on top of the table, and pretty much, you know, it's what a difference a year makes, that these are her people, and that, you know, she knocked the smugness off of Charlotte's face at SummerSlam, and now she's going on her way to WrestleMania and the whole first ever women's main event with the queen, the baddest woman on the planet, and the man go face to face, and that she will be a double champion and win. I didn't really see the point of this promo, to be honest. This was random, especially to promote the main event for WrestleMania. Listen, I've already talked about how overbooked and over the top that whole edition of Cops was last night on Monday Night Raw. I still think it was hilarious, but it was just overbooked. I've already, stated my whole thing about how overbooked this main event is, but was there really a reason why they had Becky come out and cut this promo just to get some last minute hype? You think you would save something like that for the end of the show, like I said last night, with that entire segment, but they did not do that to save it to the end. They just kind of, put it in the middle of the show, which didn't need to be, which should have been the ending of the show. And even this promo is just like, hey, just cut out one more promo before the I guess the show this Sunday. So there you go. Just felt very random, but the crowd was with it, so promo wasn't really that bad. Next, the biggest cluster fuck of the night. This 18-person mixed tag match, which most of everyone in this match is in this Andre the Giant Battle Royale and the Women's Battle Royale. Listen, both of these trophies look like you could buy it out of a freaking dollar store. It was made at Walmart for $5 or something. But every person I see in this match tells me that none of them are gonna win. Okay, because who did we see of just the most randomest people in a way? The Hardys, Almas, which I'm just surprised this guy that has no match at WrestleMania has been put into this. Zelina Vega, Nikki Cross, Asuka, EC3, Heavy Machinery, Shelton Benjamin, R-Truth, Carmella. Who else was really there? Mandy Rose, Sonya Deville. This was a cluster. First off, oh God, yes, we have to have the obligatory Lacey Evans appearance from Grandpa Simpson right there. So I shouldn't have been surprised that happened, that everyone got distracted for a quick minute, dude. And I'm looking at EC3 fight the Hardys. All I can think about is their whole TNA feud they had a couple years ago. I say, Matt Hardy versus EC3 again. Where have I seen this before, huh? Even when he was broken, Matt Hardy, he went against EC3. Oh, let's go back to that feud, huh? Big Money Matt, EC3, or when EC3 had Jeff as a personal assistant. If you want to go back to that feud, and what had to go? Bound for Glory 2000. Yep, Bound for Glory 2015. That's the one. That's what got in my head as soon as I watched both of these teams. Wouldn't have both of these teams, but both of these guys fight each other. But this whole match, what do I have to say? Dance break and a caterpillar thing on Almas, I think it was. And, of course, we have the dance break and Carl Anderson and Gallows break it up, which everyone brawls. Dude, they had the women beating up the dude. Naomi threw Carl Anderson out of the ring. And, should be Carl excuse me, threw Carl Anderson out of the ring and hit, what did she do? Hit Luke Gallows with the rear view. And I'm just watching all them throw each other out, and this is just, it's just randomness, okay? Randomness. And Nikki Cross, she threw, did she throw, I'm trying to remember, Nikki Cross, well, her and Shelton Benjamin fell out of the ring, but they did that, and they had a face-off, and dude, it just Heavy Machinery, which I thought was funny. I will say this, I did laugh at the thing with him and Mandy Rose when he said, "Pretty lady," and then he just starts shaking, and Shelton Benjamin threw him out and gave Mandy Rose a high five, and then that's how she got thrown out by Nikki Cross. Now I remember now. And then EC3 knocked out Matt Hardy, and Asuka just threw everyone out of there, and dude, what was it? Jeff Hardy twisted fate EC3 and threw him out. Asuka kicked him and threw him out of the ring. They do. EC3 is job guy. I don't even know what EC3 anymore. I'm going by my word of what I said in last night's review. This dude very much feels like a job guy to me at this point, which questions me now. Why was this guy brought up from NXT? Even there's a lot of these people why I question why they were even brought up from NXT at this point. And then Jeff Hardy and Asuka hug each other, and then Asuka throws Jeff over the top rope. So listen, does this do Asuka a little bit of justice in a way after what happened last week? A little, which tells me she's not gonna win the battle royale, which I feel like she does need to win the battle royale. But would it really make a difference if she won a Nat? Because they have just killed this girl to the most. It makes no sense. So it's something, and she beat up everyone in the brawl. But do I really see her winning this match? Really? Listen, both of these battle royals are pointless. Okay, this benefits nobody. I said this last night. Andre the Giant Trophy don't mean crap. Which all those guys in that ring, like I said before, they're probably gonna have the Saturday Night Live guys who they put more build into than the undercard roster itself. And Braun Strowman and everyone is just there as just to get a WrestleMania payday. For the women's thing, I honestly could not care. Also, yes, Naomi did win it last year, but did it benefit her? Did it really get her title shot? Did it really push her anymore? Not really. I don't think it did. Okay, like I know people already said the trophy still looks like a pussy anyways. This year and last year. So where is this going? This was a waste. The fact that we did this 18 whatever tag match was ridiculous. Okay, ridiculous. Mustafa Ali, which I'm going to keep continuing to say that, went against Samoa Joe. Quick little match, gives Joe a win. Got to put something on him just to put him against Rey Mysterio this Sunday, so at least it does something, I guess. But now we get to the best thing out of the night, which I feel like this was the greatest segment of the entire night, which almost felt like this could be the main event of WrestleMania, given this contract signing, okay, and for a go-home show. This was the best segment, because Michael Cole was out there to introduce both Daniel Bryan and Kofi Kingston. They all came out. I did like when New Day was out there with Kofi. Biggie was just dancing the whole time, which was freaking hilarious. But, of course, the crowd went crazy for Kofi. They all chanted Kofi Mania. They were singing Kofi during the theme song. Kofi rocks. And Bryan wanted to do a life lesson because he made some points, which, first off, both of these guys cut some great promos out there. Some are already saying this was some of the greatest promos in their career up to date. First off, Bryan, just his heel promo was great. That, he talked about a life lesson and everything because he wanted to teach them something. And of course, they tried to chant Kofi over him, but he told them not to be complacent, and that all because Kofi has a little success, even though he hasn't had enough in 11 years, is not gonna help. Okay, he's been complacent, and he's gonna rely on these fans, and just because he's had a tiny little bit of success, and he told them, do not be complacent, do not sit there, do not become a bystander in your own life, do not wait for somebody to give you something when you're just sitting on the sidelines. You go out and you do it on your own, which really makes a lot of sense when you think about it. It really does. Because do not sit there and just wait for people to push you to the top, okay? And do not waste your life on the sidelines while waiting. We talked about Woods and Big E in to push you to the top. And Bryan said, do not mistake this fad for reality. And that, I've been in this position before, but I do not feed to the crowd. I do not feed to these parasites. That Kofi's going to be left in the dust when they take all his positivity away. And one thing I will say, which I have not heard a chant like this in a long time, and I'm going to ask everyone this question. When is the last time you heard an asshole chant? Especially at Bryan. So his heel promo was working great to actually have the fans chant asshole at him. Okay, I have not heard a chant like that in a while now. And the only time I feel like you're gonna hear that chant nowadays, if you're at the night after WrestleMania, or if you're in a really, really great wrestling crowd at some super show or something like SummerSlam. But it's usually the night after Mania crowd. But it's working. I will say that. But pretty much right after that, then Kofi pretty much had the mic, and he says, I'm tired of you talking and trying to educate everybody, okay? You don't understand me. You ain't never been in my shoes, okay? You have never been in my shoes. And that he will become the WWE champion. I have never had a WWE title match in over 11 years now. But Sunday, I'm going to have my shot, okay? I'm going to have my shot. But he said, you do not know me, but I am ready to do this. Because if it's one thing me and you are from a common thread, is that this right here, you've been in this position before, okay? All right, you've had this before, but now what happens next is that this Sunday at WrestleMania, I'm gonna beat you and I'm gonna become the WWE champion. As Kofi signed the contract, the crowd went nuts. And as I remember Brian Saxon saying an important line for years, Kofi is at the scrap and claws way to the top after being toyed with and being treated like a second-class citizen. And I'm sure you know where a lot of people are going with that. And it is agreeable because a lot of that is true. But, him being a second-class citizen, he's going to get his time this Sunday at WrestleMania. Now that's how you book a go-home show with that segment, okay? That's the crowd was hot, okay? Baltimore was hot for Kofi out there. They were with him throughout the whole segment, and both the promos for him and Bryan were just great. Very strong promos. I wish there would have been more time to cut more promos like these instead of doing insane gauntlet matches every week. But this right here, this was good. This was really good, and this was the best segment of the night. I'd say that Bryan just had the crowd just going that they even chanted asshole at him. So the heel work was great, and Kofi had a very strong promo. I wish he would have had more time, but I guess they had to be constrained on time because if you look in the corner of your screen, they had only 2 minutes until Miz and Mrs. came on. But personally, this is one of the most matches I'm actually looking forward to at WrestleMania. I know it's not the main event and everything, but this is the match I feel like this has been built the best, okay? This has probably been the best built title match they have for Mania, all right? Seth and Brock, they've had literally no build, and they've only had a little time to build. I just think the whole women's feud has just been overbooked and insane, but we know why it's the main event here, folks. So there you go. I've already said my things about it, and especially the episode of Cop segment, but this here, just something about it, this one's different. They booked this really well. All I just say, and I'm probably gonna do a prediction, but I'm still going with Kofi to win the title, okay? Especially through all this insane stuff they've done through. I'm not gonna lie, there's been some overbooking in this feud too, so I can't really let it sit out and say the most positive to it. But this contract signing was great. This was a great contract signing, and I'm surprised the other two matches didn't really have it. And they got big title matches coming up. Why didn't they have it? But this one right here, this was good. So I can't really complain about it. All I can say is, I guess look out for Mania this Sunday in this super marathon show. But Smackdown, like I said before, it was a good show in its parts. I will say that. I'm not gonna say it was that bad of a show. I just think the whole battle royale, not the battle royale, but the 18-person tag was a waste of time. Joe Ali was just kind of there just to showcase Joe a little, just to put something on him for this Sunday. I think Becky's promo was just kind of random as she just showed up. Sanity continues to be buried by Miz, anybody around here, but the fact that 3 of these guys lost to Miz, they're like, how are they even a group at this point? I don't even understand. Why are they even a group if they're getting beat by one guy? Well, one guy, folks. One guy. And I did like the AJ and Orton segment too. They took some good shots at each other out there on the microphone. So I actually did enjoy that. I think it was a better go-home show than Raw. Yeah, mostly. It wasn't a lot going on, but the contract signing at the end was great, and I really did enjoy it. So that's my review for SmackDown, for the go-home show for WrestleMania. Hopefully I will try to do a prediction video. Maybe tomorrow now. That's why I wanted to wait till Wednesday to probably go over the full card, because you knew there was going to be a match announced tonight or change. So there you go. You just had another match announced tonight, and that's a fatal 4-way tag team title match, which we have 2 of these things now. One women's title and one for the SmackDown title. Which one makes the pre-show? I don't know. Most likely the SmackDown. I don't want to say that, but it could happen for all I know. But it's like I said, I knew it was probably going to be some match added to this show one way or another. So now I can most likely could do predictions tomorrow or Thursday maybe. It's going to be a long weekend, folks, so get ready for that. But I am out of here. This is my review of SmackDown. I will see you guys later. Peace out. Comment, subscribe. Here at Hooded Knight 890. Follow me on Twitter. But I'm out of here. See you guys later. Peace out.